Hey there, welcome to episode 7 of the 50/50 Showcase, where I am playing 50 of my different heroes, villains, rogues, vigilante characters from City of Heroes on the Excelsior server for Homecoming. Today's installment is number 7, Tethys, the second brute of my group, my cluster. I am running a bunch of level 50 characters, 5 from each class, just about, with the exception of Stalkers and Scrappers, because I don't have any of those and I really don't like them. Sorry. Uh, just not my style. But this is a brute. His name is Tethys. He's kinetic melee. He's got electric armor, and he is a Mew kitten mastery brute. Let's take a look at his build so we can see what the deal is with this guy's concept here. All right, so as an electric armor, he is going to be a little bit on the squishier side. I don't find electric armor super, resilient compared to some of the other armor sets that are out there. But I have kind of plugged in some holes with some of his slotting, as well as just going for sheer speed of attacks. And I guess his little quirk, his little shtick, if you will, is he's going to be stun stacking. If you take a look throughout his build, aside from punching things in the face and shocking them, he's got some of these energy manipulator chances for stun slotted once, twice, thrice, force, fives. So 5 of these things in his electrical powers, like lightning field, his power sync, and his 3 Mew mastery power attacks here. So every time that hits, you've got a chance to stun somebody. I think it's probably like a mag 2, if I'm not mistaken. But you can stack them on top of each other and start to stun minions, lieutenants, maybe a boss, because you also have some of your punchy powers for kinetic melee also do stun. So body blow has a disorient. You've got smashing blow that has disorient. You've got where is it? Concentrated strike also has disorient. So 3 of his main single target punchy kinetic melee attacks also can stun. So between all of those things, you'll see lots of, periodic stuns for a few seconds from minions and lieutenants usually. But you can occasionally stun a boss, as I mentioned. So that's kind of his little shtick, his little game. The other thing, of course, is endurance draining between lightning field and power sync. He can drain enemies dry if they stay next to him too long. So that's a nice little useful side effect. The other little thing that I've done to kind of increase his survivability, and this is not, not going to make or break the guy, but he does have a couple entropic chaos chances for heal thrown into a couple of his ranged attacks, so that gives him a little bit of something something. He's really relying upon energize as his main, every sort of fight heal. That's a click that gives you endurance discount and gives you a little bit of heal and some regeneration. But you'll also see that's why in his incarnates, he went ahead and took rebirth to get a heal there. Also have the melee radial to improve his defense regeneration while he's in melee combat. And then I've got the preemptive core over here to give some additional chances to drain endurance, debuff recovery. So really, he's going to get in the middle of a group. He is going to be pounding them, stunning them, draining them over a few seconds of time. He's got a lot of AOE-ish type of things with the static discharge, the ball lightning. He's got ionic for judgment. His lightning field is damaging. Burst is going to damage. Repulsing torrent is a cone that he can throw out. And that does some knockback. And with this guy, I didn't change his knockback to knockdown. He is going to knock back. I'm a brute. I don't mind chasing my targets. So I'm going to use Repulsing Torrent. Oftentimes it's an opener, just knocking things flying into a wall and then get in there and just start pounding them. So between all those things, it's usually enough to keep him alive. I've selected every single power in both his primary and secondaries. I do use Power Surge a bit. This is your tier 9 armor ability. It keeps you, protected because it's going to give you resistance to pretty much everything out there. Problem with it is there is a crash at the end of it. After it expires, your endurance and your hit points basically crash to almost zero. So it's very dangerous time if that happens, if it's some big long fight. You usually don't want to click it if you know you're going to be in a fight for 2 minutes or whatever. So you got to be wary of that when you do click it. It's an emergency, stay alive type of power. Uh, Keep your eye on it because it is going to expire. The duration is 180 seconds. So after 3 minutes, it crashes. And if you're in the middle of a fight, you're going to get killed real fast. So I usually have to back out. I'll let my team know crashing. I'll stand back. I'll detoggle my powers because I don't want them, crashing and then shutting off. And I gotta wait for them to recharge. So I'll just shut them off real quick. As they're recharging, I crash, pop a couple blue and green and inspirations. Maybe click energize to get some hit points back. If I happen to be near an enemy, I can throw power sync to refill my blue bar. But all that different combinations adds up to a fairly survivable build. But make no mistake, he is one of the weaker type of brutes out there as far as just sheer damage resistance. He has to rely upon that power surge a decent amount. All right, that's about it that I wanted to say about the build. There's really nothing crazy other than, the whole stun stacking thing that I mentioned. I do have a couple of other, unique things in here, like the steadfast protection and the gladiator's armor, defense, global defense boost that gives me a little bit more, you know, defense. If you look at his overall numbers, though, his defense is pretty pitiful. You're talking single digits. I mean, that's pretty trash as far as, a melee character goes. And then he does have some really solid resistances, though, like energy's, maxed out. And then he's got, 67-ish percent smash lethal. So really smash lethal energy, those are three of the, big damage types out there. So that's pretty solid there. Other than that, once he takes damage, he has to heal it. That's all there is to it. So without further ado, we're just gonna go ahead and get it started, and then you guys can see for yourself how the build works. Let me pause this, get a couple missions going, and we'll get started. All right, I got the mission fired up. But one last thing I did want to mention, I did kind of touch on it, just recharge is pretty solid. So with recharge, he's going to be attacking quickly, throwing out a lot of stuff. So he's kind of like blastery in the sense of that, just outputting damage. And he also has a bit of range attacks. That's one thing I did like with Kinetic Melee. You do have the Repulsing Torrent, which I already mentioned. That's a little short range cone. You've also got the Focused Burst, which is a little ranged attack. And then, of course, you got your Mew attack. So between those, he's got like 5 ranged attacks. So he can kind of, throw out some pew pew, oops, at relatively short range. All right, let me go ahead and get this going. So all I'm doing is like before, I've got a couple of solo missions I'm going to run against the council, some paper missions in Grandville. First one is set to +2 times 6. So we're going to start with this one, just to showcase the overall strategies, that kind of thing. I am running some stealth, that's why they can't see me. So like I said, I'll usually open with the knockback, send guys flying. Boom, just like that, they're all done. So you can watch for the stuns that I start to throw out. Power, I like it, but it's such a long windup. stun, stun. So there you go. See, you just stun these guys. So with the stuns, the knockdowns, knockbacks, he's got some decent mitigation just for that. Just gotta be careful with all knockbacks. You don't accidentally throw somebody into geometry and you can't get them out. See, he's gonna take a lot of damage pretty quick. I've already had to use my 2 heals. I think it's fine to knock him back like that because I do have the multiple ranged attacks. So even if I knock guys back, I can follow up with fences, electric fences. I can follow up with ball lightning. I can follow up with static discharge. This guy is stunned. He doesn't know what's happening. He's just laying there. He's stuck on the floor, I think. He's gonna abuse him. I mean, he was laying there for, what, about 30 seconds, never stood up. Stunning. Just with electric, I feel you really got to be much more aggressive with healing yourself. You're just relying completely on your resistance. Boss is stunned. And you're going to draw a lot of aggro of your damage aura. You get stuck on geometry. It's my super speed is on. Stunned. They're all stunned. So yeah, these stun procs really add up, as you can see. I'm not sure that the healing procs really do much, but better give me a little something extra, just in case. There we go, just proc to heal. I'm actually not really paying attention to it. I'm kind of happy, pleased with the amount of stunning that those procs are adding up. It's a lot more than I actually realized. Why I got all these? Let's toss these guys. Yeah, and a bunch of stuns. I mean, I wouldn't say this guy's super solo-y. Against +4s, it's a lot harder because the incoming damage is so much higher. On a team, though, he can lay it down pretty good. Unstack. Here we go. Oh, I got a stun in my taunt, I think, too. Yep, forgot about that. Got the triumphant insult, I believe it is. So that's another way to get some stunning. I believe it should trigger, even though I think the stun no longer has a hit check. I'll have to double check that, though. Test it. So many heals here. I don't need all this stuff. I really don't need blues at all with this build. I don't want to knock these guys flying. Squished. Yeah, you gotta constantly be clicking heals with this guy. That's his, of course, big weakness. Well, I took so many heals. I might look at, looking at, let's say, some more of the procs, like the Panacea, for that sort of thing. Get some more heals popping. I'll stun that boss. So I think I've got, what, like 8 or 9 ways to stun? Between the powers of the procs and then just the punches with the proc, or the punches with the stun chances. You know, adding that all up, you're just stunning guys a lot. Throw this, throw this. I think a lot of people avoid kinetic melee because of the knockbacks and the fact that it has a couple of ranged attacks. But I actually think that's its thing, that's its strength. Did I not beat somebody up? Oh, there they are. And all done. All right, let me pause this. I'm going to bump it up to +3 times 8. Go again. I'm going to just show that the build will handle more foes a little bit harder. And then we'll go with some team action at that point. Be right back. Alrighty, we've got our next mission ready to go. It is set to +3 times 8. We have some more council to pound on as our test subjects. So far, so good. I'm stunning like a beast. Like I was telling you, I've got multiple ways to stun with the procs. Like I've got something in power sync. I got one. I've got the chance to disorient and the taunt power. I'm just not 100% sure if that's going to proc because you might need a to hit check for that one. I had to test that against some low level foes at some point. Then I've got stun, stun, stun here. And those 3 attacks. Lightning Field's got 1 in it, and so if this doesn't work over here, the Triumphant Insult, I can just move it over here to Lightning Field. This Lightning Field, I believe, does take, yeah, it does take taunts. That's threat duration. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stunning procs there. You've got, what is it? Body Blow has a chance to disorient, so that's a 7. Smashing Blow, 8 can disorient. Then we've got concentrated strike. 9 has a chance to disorient. So I've got 9 ways to stun with all these different powers, and a couple things that knock down, like quick strike knocks down, repulsing torrent will knock back, burst is going to knock down. Focused burst also has a knock down. So lots of ways to mitigate damage aside from just, damage shields and that sort of thing. All right, let's go ahead and do this. All right, these guys only 52. Should be 53. Huh. Hopefully it'll... Well, let's just jack these guys up, and we'll hopefully see if it changes. So I had accidentally come in earlier, but then I reset the mission, so I thought it should have fixed itself. Let's see if it was just this first group. Nope. Well, I guess I'll beat these guys up real quick. Stun, stun, stun. Let's just try to round up a bunch of guys. Let's see, we're gonna get any higher levels or what? No. Boo. All right, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and pause this real quick and reset this for real this time. Make sure that I've got +3 times 8. Give me a sec. All right, now I've got 53 times 8. Had to abandon that last mission and get a new one. All right, let me get my juice ready. Lead with this. See if I can stun this guy. There we go. Punch him a couple more times. And he's knocked out. Okay, let's get up here. Go upstairs. Not going to go hunting down every mob in the map. It's not worth it. Let's take down a few so you guys can see what this build is all about. Go get some 54s back there. Sure nobody's hiding over on that side. Eat a couple candies. I'm going to toss these guys with the repulsing torrent. Try to get some stun going here. Yeah, I like having these short range punchy attacks. It's very blastery. I mean, that's something else. I think you just have to lean into that you can do. You are a ranged brute with kinetic melee. Or if you're playing a tank or scrap or whatever. Throw some guys. Hopefully that just killed them flat instead of knocking them back. Get tight to the wall to see if I can get them to come up. There we go. Punch, punch, punch. Speed. So I built this guy in the stuns and just the high speed attack chains. The heal is not that great out of the box, so you gotta slot it pretty heavily. I think it's the worst heal as far as melee sets get, if I'm not mistaken. Just as far as raw healing potential. I think it's got the lowest number unslotted. Amazing how quickly you just take damage with this guy. Archon Leary. Thought there might be some guys hiding back there. Oh, we got 2 Archons. Is that guy still stuck on the wall? Oh, shit, it's funny. Stun. Another boss. I had 3 bosses in there. See if I can get one of these guys down. Oh, there goes Leary. This guy's endurance is pretty much fragged. Just keeps getting stunned. Pretty neutered at that point. This 3rd boss down. There we are, all done. So, I mean, it's not dangerous per se. I don't think I was really ever in danger as long as you've got some healing, which, you know, I built around. If you were to try to make an electric armor without some way to heal yourself effectively, I think that's when you're in big trouble. I'm not sure, you know, how easy it is to build for defense with an electric armor character. You know, I'm not sure it's uh, that great of an alternative. So instead, I went ahead with just trying to give myself as many ways to get healing and the stunning and use that as my mitigation strategy. So, all right, so far so good. I'm gonna go ahead and get a team going, see what happens. It's always more interesting when you got other bodies out there. So let's see what happens. I'll be back in a few. All right, the team is assembled. I decided to stay red side for this. There we go. Forgot my mic got muted. What? All right, let me figure out what the hell I'm doing here. These guys are already killing. You killers. Okay. So anyway, got a team of killer types here. I guess I should want to. Oops. All right. Need to bump to 54 next mish. Forgot I was at +3 still. Okay. Stop screwing around, right? Go, knock those guys. So as you can see, I aimed for the wall. So I didn't just send them flying any which way. Sounds like somebody's over here. Oh. Okay, there we go. Got a bunch of melee people, really? It's like just pounding on these. Get her? Yep. There we go. Yeah, I don't really need to worry too much about energy drain with this character. Electric armor has some debuff resistance to minus endurance, I believe it is, minus recovery. Two brutes, two scrappers, got a stalker, we got a sentinel, we got a corruptor, and a mastermind. I've been seeing a lot of melees lately, at least in these tests. I'm kind of itching to start running my support character soon. Next after the brutes is going to be my controllers. It's going in alphabetical order, so blasters, brutes, controllers, and corruptors. Golden Tortuga. Hear it. It's over there in the box. We won. We wonk. We won. Exit. I think I gotta put batteries in my keyboard. It's acting funny. Ball gets the job done. All right, let's see. What are we doing next here? We've got stealing supplies. It's always a nice one. Let's do that. Let's steal some supplies. Steal supplies. Let's see, I got some batteries over here. Let these guys know I'm changing my batteries. Changing keyboard batteries. Catch up in a sec. All right. Of course, these are AAA. Do I have AAA? Probably not. All right. Well, hopefully the batteries don't conk out anytime soon. It's exciting. Exciting coverage of this character, isn't it? Whoops. There we go. What we got? Let's stir this crap up. What do you say? Okay, click this. All right, so I mean, he can round up guys pretty well, get them on him, and then survivability's solid. It's not trash. Depends on what he's being attacked with, really. Freak Show aren't particularly dangerous with the types of damage they do. Some lethal, they got some electric or energy, which I have resistances to. like that. So let's see, we got to get school books, stealing emergency supplies, and recruiting blast furnace, maybe. I think the PPD shows up on this one. One cool thing with Rebirth is, you can actually be a pseudo team healer. He's got punked. Get him. Oops, stuck. All right, looks like they're getting it. Clicking this. All right, we just got to take out Flambeau. Wow, that guy got, wow, that corruptor smoked some dudes. Blast Furnace was going down there to aggro, so I just went in there and smashed him with some Ionic. Done. She is. Hey, Flame. Okay, she has been defeated. Thoroughly, I would say. That's it. There we go. All right, let's do at least one more, right? So, team, right? You guys contributing, able to herd up, able to hold aggro, stuns thrown out there, got some heals for myself and the rest of the team. It's a total package. Survivability is pretty solid. I don't have anybody buffing or helping me, right? I don't see any support people. The Corruptor and the mastermind, but I'm not sure even what they're throwing out there, if anything. What is this? Oh, we got ice shield. Alright, so I'm getting some extra shield. See ya. Backwood Bastage 2, 4, 6, 7. Is everybody else looking for a team? Maybe, let's see. Didn't realize somebody had left already. 54 times 8. Red team looking for 2 more. Trying to think, is there anything else that really to say other than the obvious stuff? You know, as a brute, you can take a lot of damage. With the damage aura, you're gonna be able to draw aggro, so it's important to be able to survive that. And it's also then part of your job is to maintain some aggro. So if you get taunt, right, that kind of thing's gonna help. And then just some basic heals you throw in. I think that's probably the most important part of this build, is just to have enough healing here and there between the procs and energize, and then rebirth incarnate. Yeah, I don't care. Let's go in there. I mean, you know what? I can run a team 6, no big deal. More carnies. Loves me to carnies. Big, dark, scary. Stunning, stunning. Look at that. They're all just walking around, that dark mistress there. I don't think you can say enough about those stuns stacking up. It's a lot more effective than you think. She down. Nothing. Oh, look at this. Knock on wood, I haven't had to hit my tier 9 yet. pop. There's a lot of obstructions on this map. And that bright frickin' ice is making it hard to see. What the? Boom. Crushed. Some dudes over there. Somebody's coming? Maybe. Yes. Need some yellows just to make sure I don't get debuffed. Yeah, I can't see when it's like that bright. I mean, that's what I'm seeing is bright, blinding. Hey guys, turn down your colors a little bit, eh? No, I'm not Canadian, but it's not inappropriate, right? Uh-oh. Somebody just crashed, I think. Boom. Well done. All right, what was that? 3 team missions so far? Maybe I'll do one more. This video is pretty short so far. I'm clocking in under an hour this time. So maybe do one more. Just, I really didn't get a good chance to do much in that first one. Let's see. Base. It's Grandville. What about the dagger? That is right there. Let's do that one. All right, let's see if I can get any other bodies. $54 times 8, right? 54 times 8. Red team looking for 2 more GV missions. Is this the other side of the wall? Yeah, looks like it. Ellie wants to join. All right, Ellie, you're in. We're doing well. Let's see, Ellie, are you gonna be my enemy? My friend? All right, Ellie's a friend now. Two stalkers. That's a rarity. All right, it's like... All right, let's get in here. Let's just do it. I like these tip missions, you know, because there's a lot more complexity to them than just simply going in there beating up one guy. Although sometimes they get annoying because you have to backtrack and do stupid crap like that. Ooh, hello, hello. Uh-oh, this could be it for somebody. Boss guys there. I think you got to talk to this mage that got defeated, so I got to remember that before I run from here. So I always forget, and then I run through this whole map, and then it says at some point you got to go talk to the guy. All right, Umbra. Hello. All right, we got 8 people now. I can't see crap. Body parts everywhere in my screen. What? Tobias, you bailing on us? Don't say it ain't so. Was it the competition? We can only have one stalker on a team. I gotta quit. Much pressure. What's going on up there? There we go. Now I can see. It's been a rough map session. Is it me, or is this map crazy complicated? I think sometimes they, it's the same map you've seen before, but they have you come in a different direction. It just gets you all twisted up. We get turned around. It's a literal circle of thorns here. Yeah, this map is freaking crazy. I can't remember ever being in this. I know this map, but I haven't seen it like from this direction. Wish they'd fix the wind up on your big, what's it, the tier 9 punch, concentrated strike. Watch this thing. 1, 2, 3. It's like a 3-second wind up. This Ellie. Ellie, you crazy stalker, you. Can't get up on that stupid ledge. What do we gotta finish? Crystals. Oh, longbow. Back this way. Dude, what is up with this freaking map? Get the hell off me. Jesus. Really? I mean, this map is annoying the crap out of me. Nice. Alright, that was our last mission I'm going to record. I think you get the idea. You got kinetic melee, electric armor that combines to give you some pretty potent stunning potential. Pretty high speed recharge build, lots of attacks. You just gotta have some healing in order to keep yourself alive is the big challenge, I think. Other than that, it combines nicely with the Moo. Gets some good end drain, good survivability, fun build. If you've never played Kinetic Melee, recommend trying it. And hopefully you got some pointers out of this vid. All right, I'm going to end it there. I'll catch you all later.